Good morning everyone, it's the 6th of April, just after 7 o'clock, and I've sent the email out. So here's the video really. We've got the 10-minute chart, 30-minute chart, 2-hour chart and the daily chart. So the plan for today is I'm just thinking really an initial rise. We've bounced up above 6,100 overnight. The lows yesterday around about that 6,080 to 6,060 area have held pretty well, so slightly lower, slightly higher lows really, 60-60 there, 60-80 there, and we've climbed overnight. So I'm thinking that run's probably going to continue up towards the 6132 area where we've got this orange line, which is the 200 EMA. So the DAX has actually bounced a little bit as well since sending the email, so that 9570 area is held, and it's just tested 9,600, and I think the FTSE is probably going to do something similar today. So rise up to 6132. However, then I think we may encounter some resistance. We may have a dip back down towards the 6085 area. You'll notice here the coral, which during all of yesterday was red as we did that dropping. However, that's just changed to green now. So if we get a test of that line, then that'll be a good spot to go long. So that's not actually on the trade plan, but that 6085 area or just above might well be a good long later on if the price drops back from this 6132 area. Quite often with that coral, I often trade either support or resistance off it just after it's changed colour. So if it's gone red and the price comes up and touches it, I'll go short, and if it's gone green and it's the first touch of that after it's changed colour, I'll go long. So basically looking for a long off of that today. So if that holds, then we might well get a bounce back up above 6,100. As a slight caveat, and almost hedging your bets a little bit, if the 6130 area, that 200 EMA, if that gets broken this morning, then I think we'll probably get a run up towards 6198, which is where we've got the 10-day Bianca channel. So if that short from there does get stopped out, it might well be worth flipping to a long just above R1 here. Make sure it's not just a spike above, so you want to make sure we get some like a candle close, 10-minute candle close above R1 just to confirm that it's broken, and then like I say, flip to long for a run at 6198. But really, you know, my plan initially really is short at 6130, long at around about 6085, and see what happens there. If we do get an initial dip down, because we're only at 6115, if we do get a dip down to the pivot at about 8 AM, then that might well hold as support. So it's the first time we've moved above the pivot. So 6100 for a run to 6132. So that's the 30-minute chart. The 2-hour chart is still bearish really. So you can see we've had the moving average crossover here. Price has come up and tested that purple line for resistance at 6120 overnight, which is why we've just dropped back a little bit from there to 6107 lows. The faster moving average, the blue line, is upticking quite steeply at the moment, so there may not be too much downside off of that moving average, but basically that's at the moment is showing a bearish bias. So we've got a red coral line here, and we've got bearish moving averages. So daily chart, just make that bigger. So with the RAF channels here, we did actually test the bottom of the RAF channels yesterday at that 60-60 area and have bounced up. Not too badly really from there. The next bit of resistance is again around 6138. We've got the moving averages and also the midpoint of the RAF channels there. So we're kind of confirmed below the midpoint now with yesterday's candle close. So that midpoint, we might well stay below the midpoint for the moment. So hence another reason for the short at around about the 6135 area. The moving averages haven't actually crossed to bear yet. If I just hover over it, they're close though, 6140 and 6134. So if we do have a bearish day today, then they will probably cross today. 200 EMA is still up at around about the 6190 area. And that's, as I've said a couple of times, has basically been capping any rises recently. And you can see both channels are heading downwards now as well, with the weakness from the 6,200 area. So that's all the main ones. 10-minute chart, obviously it's a bit early for the 10-minute chart, but has been bullish and tried to be bearish, but the bulls are fighting back first thing this morning. So 10-minute chart is better for once the market actually opens after 8 o'clock. So 30-minute really, as I said, if I just make that bigger, just looking for a rise up to 6132 to start things off really. And then a short down towards 6185 before a bounce. Okay, good luck everyone, and any questions please email me. Thanks.